When we come to this earth, we have a specific plan, a specific mission that our soul would like to embody and undertake while we're here on this planet. When we get here, there are many obstacles that are in our path. We arrive into a world that has evolved in a certain way with certain expectations, certain beliefs, certain realities. And who we are as a soul merges into this world as it is. And because we come through the world, not into the world just out of nowhere, we come through all of that, all those realities, all those expectations, all those beliefs about what the world is, what reality is. And so we are highly impacted by the experience that we have growing up, by what we're taught when we're young, what the collective believes about how to show up every day, what to wear, how to talk, what you're supposed to be talking about, what's possible, what's not possible, what's encouraged, what's not allowed. There's so many things that we learn are right and wrong about how to be. And these are very foreign to our soul because our soul has existed in many lifetimes and other places as well beyond just this planet. And so our soul is familiar with a wider reality, a wider possibility of existence. And then, when you come through this earth, it's a particular version of what's possible. So we go ahead, we assimilate, and so we go ahead and we assimilate and we go through the world as it's been taught to us. And then we learn that there's something more. There might be an inner urge, an inner yearning inside of you that maybe all your life, definitely at a certain point, once you've gotten older, start speaking louder and saying, wait a minute, I've been living this way for so long, and I've just realized that doesn't have to be living that way. I don't have to be living that way. I could be living like this. I could be living like this. And, the first thing, maybe you look at other cultures. Maybe that was your awakening, traveling to other places, and you realize, well, they're doing it so different. Why do I have to do it the way I was taught? And that opens your brain up to like new possibilities. Maybe with a partner, you get into a relationship and they have such different ways of doing things as you, and you start to open your eyes. Oh, I guess the way I was taught isn't the only way. And this is a taste of breaking free of what you have to do and be. Because there's even more beyond that. There's even a greater reality beyond this planet that there possibilities exist about how we can approach civilization, how we can approach spirituality, how we can approach living together on the same planet. There's so many things out there that we have yet to even think about because of what we've been shown to be like and to create here, or what's already been created, and we've been shown how to exist within it. So at a certain point in your life, you may realize, wait a minute, something in me doesn't feel right about living the way I do. Maybe I just realized I don't even like the way that I dress. This doesn't even feel like me. I feel like I was just buying what everyone else was wearing. And now I just realized I don't even like this. Maybe you realize you've been working a job that everybody told you was the best job to get. And you were so proud of yourself for accomplishing it. And then you get it and you're doing it and you're like, besides the excitement of other people, there's nothing else here for me. Even though everybody told me this was the best job, I don't actually enjoy it. I'm not even happy to be here. It doesn't even fulfill me in any way. And I daydream about doing other things. Maybe you feel frustrated by the state of politics in the world. And when you see the way things are done, there's something deep inside you that you don't necessarily know how it could be different, but you yearn for something else, because maybe there's a part of you that knows that it's possible to do it another way. So you'll start to see little signs of dissatisfaction with the life that you're living. And you start to realize that it's maybe other people's version of life that you've been living, whether that's, your family, your parents, your society, or just the collective in general, here on earth. So you begin to realize, you know what, this isn't really me. And I don't know what is me, maybe, but I know this is not it. And you start searching. Maybe you do make the decision to quit your job. Maybe you do say, I'm going to stop wearing those clothes and I'm going to try other clothes. Maybe you're going to, begin speaking about equality and different ways of creating social relationships and community. Maybe you're an advocate. There's so many different things. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you start to experiment with your creativity and you begin to realize there's a form of art that you love and you want to put into the world, even if someone once told you that wasn't possible. So you begin to see things peeking through, little bits of you that are authentic, and maybe they've been there the whole time and you just made them smaller priorities. And now you realize, wait a minute, I don't want these things anymore. I want these things. I want to travel. I want to, make art. I want to become an advocate and change the way that things are done. I want to, move to another country. I want to start learning about spirituality. I want to change religions. I don't want to be in my religion anymore. I mean, the possibilities are endless, the ways that you could decide to change your life. You could but it's just the moment you say, here's the list of all the things everybody told me to ever do. And you realize, I don't want those anymore. And so you turn to this list and you say, what's my list of the things that I want to do in this world? And there's a lot that comes up for us as human beings. There's a lot of guilt that people talk about, or not even guilt. Sometimes you can't even put a finger on it. Why am I so trapped? Why do I feel so much pressure, to dress differently? Why would that be so hard? Why wouldn't I just wear whatever I want to wear and just walk out the door? What is that fear inside me of what other people are going to think? Or, what is that? And it's so interesting. That's what keeps us, obeying that list that we're given, that pressure from the collective, that we might not even really understand what's going on. But when thoughts are powerful, and everybody talks about how the individual can manifest certain things and put thought towards certain things, but so can the collective. And it's even more powerful. So when a collective of people are directing their thoughts in one direction, it creates a lot of energy that's supporting that direction. So that can be why it feels like you're going against the current when you decide to do something different, when you decide to do something for yourself. It can feel like the collective is going this way and you're trying to fight against the crowd to go this way. That's really what it feels like, because honestly, it's true. There are billions of people in the world putting their thoughts towards certain ways of being, and then you're choosing to step outside that. And you are going to feel that pressure sometimes because it's powerful. But that doesn't mean you're not powerful too. And that doesn't mean that your thoughts matter. And that doesn't mean that if you start going a different direction, even when you feel that resistance and you start pushing through that current, going the opposite way, you might recognize other people who are doing similar. And even if you guys aren't making the same choices, you're making authentic choices. So if you can find other people who are making authentic choices in their life, it begins to, that collective builds. And that starts to pull people. It gives you momentum. that you don't have to do it alone, that all the other people on the planet who are saying, I am going to be authentic, I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to choose what I feel in my soul is right for me, and how I want to express, and what I want to say in this world, and what I dream that this world could be. When that collective starts to build, the more that more people start to make authentic choices, the more that builds, and then the momentum is gained. So, maybe right now you feel like you're alone, but just to recognize that there are other people on this planet working to make authentic choices, and you're not alone with that. So even if you can just connect with the idea of other people on the planet, who are also going against what they've been told, that gives you a sense of solidarity. And then if you can physically connect with people like that, it's even better. Then you even feel, in your reality, somebody who's doing it differently. But I know we don't always have access to that. So even the beginning, just knowing other people are out there, and knowing that resistance you feel towards, doing it differently is normal. And it's just the power of collective thinking. And you are deciding to start a new direction, a new path. And that's powerful too. Because just because the collective is thinking it doesn't mean it's the best way. It just means the most people are thinking that it should be that way. But most people have been taught that by the people before them. So it's really powerful, for the collective, for all of humanity, for us to start thinking critically. Like, okay, we're moving this way as a human race, but is that the way we want to move? Like, should we keep going that direction just because that's the momentum? Or are there little ways where we can vary? Are there ways we can start doing it differently? So you feel the resistance, it's normal. And it's also okay. It's also powerful that you are, walking your own path. You are stepping into your shoes, and you're creating pathways that other people can then be easier to follow after you, because you've already began that momentum. So I commend you for recognizing that you want something different than everyone else around you has told you to want. And I think you are brave for taking each step, even if they're small, in that direction of what your heart wants, what you envision your life to be, even if it's not what other people envision. And I think it takes a lot of courage to pursue that path. So keep going. When you feel that resistance, know that doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means you're doing it differently. And that, when it's coming from an authentic place, can change the world.